Welcome back to XboxCorner, my name's Luke, and today on the channel we're going to be taking a look at Bugsnax and giving you a bit of an overview of its story and gameplay. And this one is a puzzle adventure game in which you explore a mysterious island populated by edible creatures known as Bugsnax. But all is not well in paradise, with the community of Snaxburg fragmented due to the leader suddenly vanishing, and so it falls to you to find her, reunite the inhabitants of Snaxburg, and find out exactly what Bugsnax are and where they come from. This one though is a real casual play, so make sure to like and subscribe to stay up to date with our latest deals, reviews and Game Pass content, and let's check it out. So Bugsnax sees you playing as a reporter who, after travelling to the island of Snaktooth for his latest scoop, finds his host, the fearless explorer Elizabert Megafig, nowhere to be found, and the island's camp, Snaxburg, in a state of disarray, as its inhabitants have fallen out and gone their separate ways. Now, not wanting to head home storyless, she then set out on a mission to locate Elizabert and the rest of her crew, along the way discovering more about the mysterious Bugsnax and their curious properties. Now, I thought the game did a really good job of slowly revealing the mysteries of the island, and throughout the game you'll be using your camera to catalogue the Bugsnax you meet and the discoveries you make, such as ancient ruins and murals. As you meet new people and persuade them to return to the village, you'll also get to interview them to find out a little bit more about why they came to the island and what they know about Elizabert and the other residents. Now, while the main storyline is intriguing enough on its own, I did really enjoy the stories and relationships of all the individual residents just as much, and while there's plenty of humour in the game to be had, the narrative actually covers a diverse range of topics, some of which are a little bit more serious. All in all though, I felt that they did a great job with the story elements in Bugsnax. They could have just thrown something together and focused purely on the bug catching gameplay elements, but I feel that a lot of care and attention went into ensuring that the story played just as much a part as anything else. So when it comes to gameplay, as you might imagine, Bugsnax is primarily centred around the capturing and consumption of various Bugsnax, and this plays a primary role in the progression of the storyline, as the tasks for the residents of Snaxburg more often than not require you to collect and feed specific Bugsnax to them. Now, there are around 100 different species of Bugsnax for you to find, and the game does a good job of introducing you to all the different bug catching mechanics, as it's not always as simple as dropping a trap and waiting for something to walk into it. The controls though are kept relatively simple, giving you an item wheel from which to select your tools from, which you then drop and activate or aim and fire with the trigger buttons, but I will say that they can take a little getting used to, as I couldn't actually find any way to quickly switch between tools, so you have to use the item wheel every time, which can be a little bit cumbersome. Now, there are plenty of different mechanics at play which not only keep things interesting, it also means capturing certain bugs requires a bit of problem solving from the player. To start with though, you'll be given your first trap which you can just pop down on the ground then remotely trigger, and this can be used to capture smaller bugs. For larger ones you'll be using a handheld net, and you'll eventually gain access to a hookshot type device which allows you to grab things at a distance. In addition to your traps, you'll also gain a bunch of other useful tools, including a slingshot from which you can fire all kinds of sources, and a hamster ball containing Sprout, a trained strabby, whom you can control with a laser pointer and caught in sauce to lure certain Bugsnax, or send into holes to chase down anything hiding within them. The bugs themselves though, which come in the form of walking food types, each have their own movement patterns, temperaments, likes and dislikes, and you'll usually need to scan them to obtain hints as to how you might capture them. Sometimes you may need to use certain bugs against each other, for example using your slingshot to coat the aggressive bungers in sauce, which will then cause them to charge at one another, leaving them stunned, or using fireballs from a score pepper to pop pop ticks, which are too small to actually catch in the default kernel form. Overall though, I thought there were some really good ideas going on with the bug catching mechanics, and each biome actually contains its own unique collections of bugs for you to obtain, with both the weather and time of day affecting which bugs actually appear. Now, another interesting property of Bugsnax are the unusual side effects they have on anyone who eats them, which results in the consumer's body parts transforming to match the snack that they ate. One of the townsfolk is actually conducting research on this phenomenon, and a short way into the game you'll gain the ability to target individual limbs and body parts for transformation, and while these unexpected side effects known as snackification have no impact on gameplay, and there are a few graphical issues with certain parts, I thought that this was a really fun little feature. Now, a key part of progression in Bugsnax involves you repopulating Snaxburg, and doing so opens up new features in the town. These include things like a farm where you can harvest sauces and grow your own Bugsnax, a ranch where you can save Bugsnax from consumption by donating them to the bug-loving Gramble, and you'll also get your very own house to decorate. Once a resident returns to the town, you can then conduct interviews with them, in which you'll often be given clues directing you towards your next storyline objective, and I really liked how these were enough to point you in the right direction, but still required some exploration and problem solving from the player. All in all though, I felt there was a really good balance between the story elements and getting out and about doing some bug catching, and issues wise there's actually very little I have to criticise about the game. I'd say that the gameplay experience is definitely a casual one and that it doesn't really offer much in the way of a challenge, and so I would have really liked to have had a few more of the tougher bugs to capture. It's also not a super long game, clocking in at around 7 or 8 hours, but you can get a few extra hours out of it if you're looking to capture every single bug in the game and complete all of the optional side quests. And overall I'd say that this one's a great one to jump into if you're looking for more of a casual play, or just a bit of a break between more strenuous or stressful titles. So visually, Bugsnax has a kind of Pixar-like thing going on, with the Grumpuses, that is the furry looking humanoids, looking a bit like Monsters Inc. characters, at least until you've transformed them into walking food creatures. My favourite thing though has to be the Bugsnax themselves. While some of them look like little more than a stock food model with legs attached to it, there's also some great creativity when it comes to the designs of them, with my personal favourites being the fast food themed bugs like the Frieder and Weenie Worms. The environments in the game are also really well done too, with some nice visual variety to the biomes, and when it comes to the performance, the game runs pretty solid for the most part, but there are still some noticeable frame rate drops even on the Series X, which are especially noticeable whilst exploring Snaxburg. Overall though, good stuff visually. So when it comes to audio, Bugsnax sounds pretty good. We get some nice ambience to the environments, and just like the visuals, the audio of the Bugsnax was a particular highlight for me, with each of them announcing the names in a similar manner to how Pokemon do. The voice acting in the game is also top quality stuff, and the voice actors do a great job of delivering the dialogue and making each character's distinct personality stand out. And like the gameplay, the original soundtrack for Bugsnax is also super chill, with some great sounding lo-fi type beats for you to play along to. So while I'm not going to be providing a rating for the game in this gameplay overview, my final verdict on this one is that Bugsnax is definitely one of those games to play when you're looking for a break, and just want something easy to play through with a decent storyline and a few laughs along the way. There's plenty of charm to the game though, in both its characters and the Bugsnax themselves, and like me, at some point you'll probably feel a little bit guilty for feeding a cute little Strabby or Poptic to someone, but all in all I'd say it's a fun time all round with this one, and if for whatever reason you need cheering up, I highly recommend giving Bugsnax a go. Well, hopefully you enjoyed our overview of Bugsnax and now know a little bit more about what to expect from the game. Be sure to leave your thoughts and opinions on it down in the comments section below, hit that like button to help with the YouTube algorithm and all that jazz, and if you want to stay up to date with our latest deals, reviews and Game Pass content, then don't forget to subscribe to the channel. For now though, I just want to thank you all once again for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video. Thanks everyone, take care.